We came here to laugh and we came here to sing, and we came here to remember we're in everything. We came here to love and we came here to live, and we came here to remember that we came here to give our love away. We came to give our love away. We came here to laugh and we came here to sing, and we came here to remember we're in everything. We came here to love and we came here to live, and we came here to remember that we came here to give our love away. We came to give our love away. We came here to laugh and we came here to sing, and we came here to remember we're in everything. We came here to love and we came here to live, and we came here to remember that we came here to give our love away. We came to give our love away. We came to give our love away. We've come to give our love away.
Good morning, everyone. Ooh, there's a buzz going on. Yeah, that feels good. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Kauai. My name is Michelle May, and we want to welcome you. I am on the Board of Trustees.
We have an announcement before she has an announcement.
Yes, we do.
We have a big announcement. Oh.
Not that big.
Michelle is our daughter that we just found out was, no, I'm just kidding.
She could be, though.
Anything's possible. But what we'd like to say is yesterday a very important event happened here on Saturday, and Stephanie and Michelle took their panels for their practitioner, and how do you say pass with flying colors?
Yay! So you can now
So
she can now
not an
put
intern.
RSCP after her name. Yay.
And she just,
We're
for some
grateful.
reason, happened to have her business cards ready to go today. I call that confidence where I come from.
Okay.
Yes,
Knowing the truth, yes. So I am a member of the Board of Trustees and a new licensed practitioner. Yay! I was really looking forward to saying that today. And for those of you who are new and don't know what the whole ruckus is up here, I'm going to share with you what we've got going on here at the center, because we are a lively, thriving center, and we love to invite all of you to join us for anything we've got. But first, it is a celebratory Sunday, because it's birthday Sunday, so anyone who had a birthday in the month of July, please stand or wave your hands, or we know there were some. There we go. Yay! We're going to sing to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And you and you. Happy birthday, dear July birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Yay. And please join us for after. We have homemade gluten-free mango cobbler today from Reverend Diane. So she changed it up. Yeah, so beautiful. And then next Sunday, following service, we'll have our ever-popular monthly wrap with the Revs. So we'll stay, join, learn about the Revs, how CSL Kauai came about, and we get to learn about our fellow spiritual travelers here at the center. So join us for that next Sunday. But before then, we have a very new series of a class that's going to be starting called Jesus for the New Thought Thinker. That's going to be on Tuesdays, all Tuesdays in August. And I'm going to invite up Reverend Dr. Peggy to share a little bit about this class since she will be facilitating.
Thank you, practitioner. It's very exciting to see the family expanding, isn't it? I don't know about you, but when I first came into this teaching many years ago, 23 years ago. No, I've been a minister 23 years. It's been over 30 years since I've joined Science of Mind. But when I became a minister, one of the things that I felt was something that I wanted to bring to it was to help people integrate whatever their understanding was of Jesus from wherever they had come or their lack of understanding of Jesus. So I started a class many years ago. First it was called Jesus in the Science of Mind, and we've since changed that now to Jesus for the New Thought Thinker. But here are some of the reasons why you could take this class. You were raised in a Christian church, but you had issues. You were not raised in a house of worship that taught about Jesus, and you want to know more. You have issues with Jesus. You don't like Jesus. You love Jesus. Your family wants to save you. You don't have issues with Jesus, and you want to know how to integrate your understanding of him with New Thought principles. And you have nothing better to do on Tuesday morning, so why not? So I'd love to invite you. We're doing this day class because I don't want to drive at night. I live in Kaua'i. It's a long drive. And I know that there are many of you that do have free time in the mornings, and I hope you'll come and join me in the class. And I would really love to experience you and what your background is and how you spiritually see him. And then we'll see how he really is the core teaching of Science of Mind. The textbook refers to him or Christianity or Christ-like 131 times. And so he's very significant in the teachings of Science of Mind. And it's really good to be able to see how to integrate it for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Peggy. So that's going to be starting August 7th. So 7th, 14th, 21st, 28th, Tuesdays from 10 to noon. So we can join up. There's also a sign-up sheet on the info table out back. And then coming in September, just a few highlights. We have Flying Solo that we're going to be doing again. We have a sign-up sheet for that. We already have one spot taken. Only 8 are brought into this really amazing, life-changing experience. So please, please, please consider that. And if you want to talk to any one of us who've done it, those of you who have done it, please raise your hands. There's several of us who have done it and have had life-changing experiences with it. And then also in September, Kids in Arts will be starting up again on Fridays. So if you've got kids, if you know kids, if you have friends that know kids, they don't necessarily have to be a part of the center. We're welcoming all kids from the community to have Kids in Arts, and that's with Reverends Rita and Reverend Patrick. And thank you once again for everyone who's been signing up. The sheets are getting full out back. This will be the last Sunday for the volunteer sheets to be out in plain view, but of course you're always more than welcome to come and share your gifts, your time, your talents with CSL Kauai. And I'd like to pass it over to Reverends Rita and Reverend Patrick.
Okay. 4 years, Michelle. 4. That's a big commitment.
It's a big commitment.
So how are y'all doing?
Yeah. Okay, so let's just take a deep breath. Let that all go. And for a moment here, let's focus our attention on that place within us that is peace. It's there. We get to call it up anytime that it's required for us in our life. It's always there, even in the chaos. Peace is always there because that's really our true identity. So let's take a moment for peace within ourselves, just allowing it to ripple out from there into the world and be the change that we want to see. A moment of silence. And so, as we have brought our attention to peace, I know and claim that that peace does ripple out into the world. It has already rippled out into the world. And wherever there could be a disturbance of any kind, I know that peace permeates that experience right here and right now, just because we took this moment. So I allow that to be so with love as we affirm. And so it is. So welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Kaua'i, where we practice the science of mind and spirit, or New Thought, a branch of New Thought, where we understand that there is a energy, a creative medium we call it, an energy, a force that we get to think into at all times. We're thinking into it at all times. We can't stop ourselves. That's what we do, and that's how our lives present themselves the way they do because of the way we think. But it's not just enough to say, oh, I'm going to think good thoughts. That's not what it is. It's about the thoughts that we think that have the feeling behind them. The ones that are the most powerful are the ones that we give the most power to. So in this teaching and in this center, as we meet here and as we do our classes, we work on bringing our consciousness to the highest level that we can so that we're thinking from love at all times about ourselves and about the world. And then we see the changes in our life ripple out from that place. So that's really what the science of mind and spirit means to me today.
I was telling Rita this morning, because I always tell you what we talk about in the morning, I was telling her that what an opportunity and what an honor it has been for 5 years in the role of a minister, in the role of a spiritual director, because to be reminded, not everybody gets that opportunity to live it day to day and moment to moment unless you choose it, but we happen to have had a calling that allows us that daily vibration of that frequency of the divine. And I thought, wow, what a gift I have been given, and that I gave myself and that we gave ourselves to do this kind of work, just because you asked. But back to you. Who is here for the very first time? And you can't hide because we have shells, and plus I know some people. Yeah, raise them. Yeah, that's it. Proudly we have, yeah, there we go. I just love this. Because the reason is that we like you to raise your hand is because we have some information on you that we would like to share pretty much with everybody in the room. You don't mind? No? Okay, so, well, let's just let them know what we know, and then we'll go on from there. Okay, you are magnificent.
Are magnificent.
Rudy, you look relieved there, because we know some people were there. So we know that you are magnificent, not because it was written anywhere, no. We know it because it was written inside of us. And when we know our magnificence, we cannot help it but know yours. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as peace. Simple, simple, simple. So we know that. So let's say it together, shall we? I am magnificent. And then there's some looky-loos behind you. They're on the camera over there. It's like pointing out at us, and that means it's called live streaming all over. That's why we're a global community, so that people can get a little piece of action here on the island and get inspired while they're at home or while they're right here in Kaua'i going, I don't think I'll drive down today. I think I'll just chill out here and watch them. So we say aloha to you, and we also let you know who you are, shall we? You are magnificent. Now do me a favor, look to your left, to your right, I don't care where you look, just let them know they're magnificent. You're magnificent, you are magnificent. Jonathan is magnificent. Wow, you are magnificent. Wow, let's take this happy hour and sing our opening song. Let's get on our magnificent feet.
What's your favorite song, honey? The words are in your program.
We've all been together before. dancing and singing along the same shore. Soul weavers of sound and light, gather together once more. We gather to share our love. We gather to share our love. Soul weavers of sound and light, gather together once more. We send our love out to all the world. We send our love out to all the world. Soul weavers of sound and light, gather together once more.
Oh, and knowing that we have been gathered once more because of who and what we are. We have been together before because we have always been here. We have been gathered in this oneness, in this thing called Source. You can call it whatever you want because it doesn't need a name, because it is the all that is all. It is the I am that I am. And that is who each and every one of us is in this moment. So we've come together to celebrate the truth of our being. And that is that love exists as us, through us. And that is such a wondrous, wondrous celebration. So I just know that there's a consciousness in this room that does not stand still. It absolutely expands and expands and expands and never stops. It is the continual flow of life. And what an opportunity to just flow in it, to just bathe in that sea of receptivity, to just absolutely allow that frequency of the divine to have its way through and as each and every one of us. So I know that we go forward in this celebration, and each moment we stay open more and more to understanding whatever needs to be said is said, whatever needs to be heard is heard. And what an opportunity we have to come together as Ohana, as family, as a spiritual community, as one with the divine. So knowing that, I just let it go. I just let it be. I get out of the way and let that law of my being do what it does best, and that is to make it so, as together we affirm. And so it is.
We send our love out to all the world. We send our love out to all the world. Soul weavers of sound and light, gather together once more. We've all been together before, dancing and singing along the same shore. Soul weavers of sound and light, gather together once more.
So, good morning. My name is Roseanne Jones, and I am a licensed practitioner. And it's my privilege to bring this whole room into meditation, into that reflective time. And so if you would please just get comfortable in your chairs. Feel that chair under you, that solid chair. You're in a safe place. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Know that you are supported. And as we all go into that safe, quiet time, I have a seed thought for you if you choose to take it in with you. And this is a thought by Henry David Thoreau. Our life is frittered away in detail. Simplify, simplify. Our life is frittered away in detail. Simplify, simplify. Enjoy your quiet time. Our life is frittered away in detail. Simplify, simplify. Breathing into this moment as we come back to this community, this moment right now. What I know is that there is only one thing, one simple thing. There is one power, one presence, and that is the power and presence that started everything in the universe. That is the power and presence that gave us our beautiful, beautiful earth. And all of the critters and the beautiful islands and the beautiful oceans, and it gave us us. That's who we are. We're part of that because that wonderful presence that I call God, but I'm going to simplify it right here and right now. It's more than God. It is love. It is love that is that power and presence that is in the universe, working in and through me at every moment, working in and through each of us, whether sitting here or far away. That is the power and presence that breathes us. That is the simple truth. For that power and presence of love is the light that overcomes any darkness, any issues, any problem. That is the healing light of love that works in and through our lives. That is love that heals all relationships and brings even greater relationships to each of us. That is the power of this love that gives prosperity in everything in the universe. In the grains of sand, on the beaches on Kauai, the prosperity, the abundance is everywhere, and it's love's good pleasure for each of us to take that prosperity, take that healing, take that energy, bring it into our lives. Breathe into it and know it is the simple truth. It is who and what each one of us is love. And I am so grateful for all of the demonstrations of love in our lives, the healing, the wonder, the amazing light that works in and through us. And I release my word of gratitude into that law of our being, the law of God, as we affirm together. And so it is.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in light. When I breathe out joy. When I breathe in light. When I breathe out joy. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in I breathe in peace when I breathe out. I breathe out love when I breathe in. I breathe in peace when I breathe out. I breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
Thank you, Roseanne. And I don't think I introduced Barbara, did I? This is Barbara Davis. She's playing for us today, if you don't know her already. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. What's that word you told me? Cavell? What's that Jewish? Cavell? I feel that right now between Michelle getting up there and us acknowledging her and Roseanne giving that amazing treatment. Wow. I am definitely fed already. So, well, keep it simple. Keep it simple. It is so simple. In the textbook, there's all of this stuff about simplicity. When we talk about the textbook, for those who don't know, we're talking about the Science of Mind book in the back. It's a big, thick book that used to be really difficult to read, but once you've read it as many times as I have, it's like poetry now, and it's got so much beautiful truth in it. But he quotes this great master teacher in few simple words. The law of life was laid down. It is done unto you as you believe. No more simple and yet no more profound statement could be made. That's our whole teaching. I could just sit down right now, but. I won't.
He said, oh, it's my turn?
But yet we make it so difficult, but that is our whole teaching. It's it's the teaching of many faiths, not just this one. I mean, it's done unto us. Not that we do it, but that's the key word for me, done unto us as we believe. So that's where I think we get caught up, because we think we're doing something. And therefore, we get all caught up in the minutia of doing everything and thinking and forcing things and thinking that we know exactly how to do it, that we don't let it be done unto us. So I love that breathe in, breathe out, because, I don't know about you, but breathing, I find myself holding my breath sometimes. I'm not really breathing, and I'm going, oh my God, take a deep breath, Rita. So let's just take a deep breath right now. And just let that understanding just resonate, that idea that it is done unto us as we believe. And that we don't have to, as Ernest Holmes says, make a riddle out of this simplicity. We just have to allow it. So what's all the trouble then? We watched a film on Friday night that was just fantastic. If you haven't seen it, please go to Netflix and watch it. It's called Derren Brown Miracle, Faith or Fiction. And it's about an illusionist. I know Patrick's going to talk more about him. And he does these shows with audiences, and he plays with our minds. But it's real, because he's letting us know, at least that's what I got out of it, that it is done unto us as we believe. And he's also letting us know that we're all affecting each other at all times. We are all, he proves it throughout this whole thing that he does, this whole show, that we actually are picking up other people's beliefs and picking up other people's thoughts, because we're all living in one mind. Now, if you can really grasp that concept, that we're all living in one mind, your life will get a lot simpler. Because you have the choice. It's like a radio station. You have the choice to pick up, because you have volition and you have choice. So you have a choice to pick up what it is you want to pick up and what you want to believe. And there is no such thing as a true belief. It's all what you believe. That's the whole that's the whole joke. You can't say, oh, this belief is true and that belief is not true, because everybody has beliefs, and who's to say whose belief is true? You get to choose. And I know that in my life, I didn't always choose the best beliefs. I let other people influence me. I moved through life, with beliefs that were not serving me, but I didn't at the time, I wasn't conscious, because sometimes we're not conscious of what it is that we believe. We just think life is happening to us. It's not just happening to us. It's happening through us. And we cannot get away from it, because we are life. Somebody said something today. Was it you? I don't know. Maybe I just read it somewhere. We are life. We can't escape life. We can't say, oh, I'm stepping out of life right now. Life is continually moving through us. Even after, it's still moving through us, because it's a constant flow of energy. And the beautiful thing about it is that this energy, we get to decide how we're going to use it. It seems like it could be a magic show. It is, in a way. You like that, Carla, right? It is, because the energy is not solid, and we know this now, because now science is proving it. So now it's right, because science is saying yes, and they've looked at it under a microscope. But these guys, Jesus and Buddha and Plato and all these people back in time and beyond have all been saying it all over and over again, that it's all energy, and we get to do what we want with it. We get to create our lives from that place. So why do we make it so complicated? Don't answer that question. Just think of it. Ernest Holmes says we make a riddle out of simplicity. And he says, let us do away with the ponderosity, is that the word? Yes, I love that word. I don't think I've ever heard it before then. But let us do away with the ponderosity of thought and approach the thing simply and quietly. Okay, get this now. It is the nature of the universe to give us what we are able to take. It is the nature of the universe to give us what we are able to take. It cannot give us more. It has given us all, and we have not yet accepted the greater gift. Now, this is not to put ourselves down, but this is to make it simpler and easier to understand. This is why when we do spiritual mind treatment, we know it's already done, because we're not making something happen. We're just accepting what's already there. So when we work with people, can you not hear me? No? Oh, okay. I thought you were going like this. Oh, speaking truth. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Loya. I was like, am I not loud enough? And when we do spiritual mind treatment, we know it's already done, and we're just bringing our consciousness to a place of accepting it, basically. We've had some belief that's gotten off and is out of alignment with the universe, and we have created some situations in our life that are not aligned with the truth. And so the truth is goodness. We have everything. We are perfect at all times. And nobody's gonna, you can argue with me about this, but it is the truth. And even when we're in our imperfection, we're still perfect. Because we couldn't exist if it weren't so. We would be in a chaotic universe, and we're not. It's a universe of harmony, order, and balance. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is tell myself that. I come to my day with an already established premise that says, my life is unfolding perfectly. The universe is harmonious and balanced. Now, does it mean I don't fall off it during the day? Oh, yeah, I fall off it sometimes. But it's not because it's not true. It's because I've chosen to fall off. And I have to let myself know that I've chosen to fall off right now and get right back. We call it getting back on principle. And we we do that more than we should, get off principle and then come back on it. Because I think life is totally like a journey. It's totally an evolution that we're going through as learning. God is learning about itself through each of us in our own unique way. So I'm just going to give you the formula. Charles tells me people like steps. So Deepak Chopra said, your deepest desires can come without struggle, because your deepest desires are signals from your true self. if you have something bubbling up inside you, a deep desire, it's coming from your true self. Now that's provided that this desire is loving and good and for you and for everyone else. The force of evolution in the universe supports whatever is true and supports harmonious growth. So if you have a desire, it's God speaking through you, not some man on a cloud. It's the power and presence of the divine speaking through you, saying, you know, Rita, Tony, Marilyn, Yana, whoever, this is yours to do. This is yours to be. But what happens is, and I know I've done it, because, and this is the times I've struggled in my life, we don't listen to it. And we're in the world of survival. Like, we want to survive. We need to make enough money to pay our rent. We need to, you know, get a guy. We need to get a girl. We need to whatever it is. And we're struggling with it instead of just realizing it's all there. And we can just have it all if we'll just go back to our true self. In my life, every time I've gone off my true self and got into that world of struggle, I've suffered a lot. Not, you know, to the point of, you know, destruction, but I've suffered. And every time I've gone back to my true self, I've flourished. And it really does work. So, and then when you're in your true self and you know you're expressing, and if you have to do other things in order to support yourself, let's say, you're doing those things with a different purpose now, because you're fulfilling yourself. You're fulfilling yourself, and you know that this map is taking you to where you need to be and where you want to what you want to express. So here are the questions you can ask yourself. They're not really steps. Does your desire come from your true self or a confused mind? If you have a confused look on your face, your desire is probably coming from a confused mind. A confused mind would be one mind that is not in alignment, a mind that is saying, I want this, but I don't believe it. I want this, but, you know, this person is telling me this. A confused mind, you know, is, I'm going to do this because, this will be the best thing for me now. You're not thinking in solidly. You're not thinking really letting yourself, because sometimes when you get that desire, that feeling, what happens is you don't trust it. And so then you start to do something else. That's a confused mind. So you need to ask yourself, is it coming from your true self? If it's coming from your true self, it's going to be making you happy. Not in a superficial way, in a way that you're going to feel contented and satisfied and excited about life. The other one is, do you have a clear intention? A lot of people tell me things don't manifest in their lives because they're not clear what they want. Same thing. You're not clear. You're compromising at all times, and you're not saying, this is really what I want with my life. This is really how I want to experience my life. So is it clear? Do you have a clear intention? Because the universe can't give you something. You can't, you're not going to even know when it shows up if you're not clear. You're just not going to know. You're going to be in a confused mind. Do you have no excuses about why it won't come true? We sat in the movie the other night. It was interesting because we all felt it. This guy was doing all these amazing, incredible things in this film, and there were some things that were just too much for us. We were like, no, that couldn't be. Why not? It was happening right in front of us. They already told us that there were no stooges in the audience and all this stuff, and yet there were things that go too far. And we do this with illness too. We say, we can get rid of this, but we can't that's incurable. This stage is, I've seen people come through stage 4 or 5, I don't know what the stage is, at all times. Do we believe? So it is. Do we have excuses about why it won't come true? Is it good for you and not negative for anyone else? So what does that mean? You're not responsible for somebody else's feelings, but if you're going to go out and hurt somebody, like physically hurt them or do something, there's been plenty of people in this world that have done horrible things, atrocities in this world and are still doing them. So that's not, I don't think that's anybody in this audience. But if it's good for you, it's good for everyone. That's basically the way it really works. Can you feel how good it feels? Can you feel how good it feels? That's like, all the teachers are saying that now, and I know it's true. Before we manifested our home, It was like I could feel it. I could feel what it felt like to be in a place that I felt safe and where I could nest. And it just like bubbled up inside me and like I didn't have the home or anything yet, but I had the feeling. So do you have the feeling? Can you feel how good it feels? Can you be flexible about how it happens? This is the one I was talking about. Or do you have to control it? People say things like, it has to happen this way. No. Can you be flexible? Can you just say, you know what? I put my demand on the universe. This is what I've said. This is what I've claimed. And now I'm just going to focus on it and feel good about it and feel the feelings of having it and all of that. And I'm not going to know how it's going to come because you have no idea how it's going to come to you. You might find it on Craigslist. Somebody might walk in and just say, hey, you know what? Blah, 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 blah. And you're going to go, oh my God, where did that come from? That's the way it works. Ernest Holmes says if it has to come from the deepest, darkest part of the world and it's ours to have, it will find its way to us. It will. And I'm sure many of us have experienced that. And then, do you believe, and here it comes, that the force of the universe is released with your desire? That's it. We are not doing it, guys. There is a force within us. When I say we are not doing it, I mean our ego is not doing it and our willpower is not. If things are difficult in our life, it's because we're using willpower. We're trying to make something happen instead of just relaxing into it and allowing it to happen. And this is not airy-fairy stuff. This stuff works. I've proved it for 20 years now, and I went through all of the gamut of being in the frustration and thinking it doesn't work and all of that until I just kept sticking with it and releasing more and more of my garbage in my mind and more of the beliefs that didn't serve me. And so it's simple. It's easy. It really is. Going within is easy if we're willing to really look at ourselves and remember this magnificence. That's why we say it every Sunday, that we are. So I have a song for you. And the reason I'm going to sing this song, first of all, I love this song. It's usually sung by a man, but I decided, why not? And some of you will know it. It's by an amazing New Thought singer and artist and composer named Daniel Nemad. And it really, to me, it just strikes with how simple it is. All right, so let me have a drink of my honey water here, because I've been, no, this one. What do I do if I'm not chasing anything? What do I do if I've got everything that I need? It's a question that no one's prepared me to answer. Where do I go when I'm right where I'm supposed to be? Where do I go if wherever I am home? It's a question I'm presently wanting to answer. If the usual way doesn't work for me now, it's a void I know nothing about. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended even before it begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over, what then? What do I say if it's all perfect anyway? What do I say if I'm not here to change anyone? It's a question I truly don't know how to answer.
How do I live if my life is eternity? How do I live if I'm no longer afraid to die? It's a mystery. No one can give me an answer. If the usual way doesn't work anymore, there's no map for what life has in store. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over, what then? What is the purpose of time here on earth? How do I now define my death and birth? For that matter, what's life really worth in the end? What's mine to give and what's mine to receive? Whom do I worship? What do I believe? Seems every answer comes right back to me in the end. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over and we're all born victorious, if the race is over, what then?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, just take that, guys, and use it and watch what happens. Namaste. I turn the time over to my co-spiritual director.
Running partner. She leaves me with that. What then? And as you know, I would say right now that it's pretty complete without me going on any further, but you know what's going to happen. I'm going on a little further. Thank you so much. Wow. Yes, thank you. I want to start with this quote. I've been writing all week about this idea of simplicity. And it's a toughie because I don't know about you, but I really wasn't trained. I was trained pretty much that life was going to be a struggle and you're going to have to work through it. And to train me to do that, my parents were wanting to do that from a very good place, I'm sure. But I didn't wake up in this world as a baby and as a child with anyone saying, "No sweat, man. Everything's going to... it's going to unfold so easily, so effortlessly. You just have to have a good time with it." Wow, wouldn't that have been a different way to, and so it is, done unto you as you believe. But I thought to myself, why would a power that created it all be interested in me suffering as a thank you for its creation of me. I know so much of that needs to be said again, so you could really let it land. Why would a power that created it all be interested in me suffering as a thank you for its creation of me? It just doesn't make any sense. As I wake up at 60, it doesn't, and because it doesn't, because it's, I'm just saying, how do I say it quickly, simple? It's a lie. It's a lie. Nothing ever said, I'm going to make sure that you suffer on this thing called life. If it does, then that means that the life in which I honor has parts of itself that are not perfect. And I can't believe that, because I would feel very scared living on this planet if that's what it was. So do you believe, it's all about belief, do you believe it has to be a struggle? Do you believe that life is hard? Do you believe life can be simple? These are just basic questions, but if you can answer them, and most of the time everybody goes, yeah, I believe that life is not about a struggle. Yeah. And then you take a little inventory of your life, and so it is. So this is, I know it sounds sometimes like on Sundays we're coming here and we're like, let's point out everything that's going wrong so you guys can find the right. That isn't true sometimes. But what it is about is, how do we take this thing called a miracle? I thought this morning, I already did all the hard part. I already did all the struggle. I got here. The odds were against me, by the way, and they were against you. And we did all that great connection. And I already went through the birth canal. So what else could possibly be scary to me at this point? Right? Wow, think about it. Now, visualize. Now scream. I mean, we don't, right? Because we go on living and we don't remember that, thank God. I mean, it's kind of, some of us do, but we have enough memories as it is. Can you imagine that on a daily basis? But what I want you to know from this point of view is that we are done suffering. I am done suffering. Because it's not God ordained. It's human ordained. And we only learned it, and so how do we break a pattern? Last week it was great. We had our programs and we went off of it a little bit, and just throw away your programming, as my friend Judah was pointing out after. What if this simply wasn't true? That we had to suffer? Then all of us are going to feel like all this guilt because we're like, wow, really? Because I've had some of it. We're not talking about things happening in your life that were hard, that we had to go through, and that we had to overcome and go through and allow that presence to go. We're not to come through. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the idea that why would this power that is all say, I'm going to have them prove to me how much they love me? We do that to one another, just an FYI. We want proof how much you love me. Spirit, the very thing, doesn't know anything opposite of that. How great a news is that? Pass that on to your friends. That there's no need to struggle anymore. And it's interesting because I'm talking about self-inflicted struggle. That's a big difference. The one that allows me to worry and allows me to say, oh my God, how am I going to fix this? What am I going to do? I got to fix this. And as Rita pointed out, what if the race was over? My granddaughter would say, boring. Trust me, I know it well. No, the race is over. You've already won. All righty. What then? Party. Exactly. We got the struggle down. I have a feeling that the reason that we struggle is to prove that it's okay that we're here. That it's okay. Because you know what? I mean, we have made careers out of struggling. You know how many hours I worked? 14. You think I haven't even slept yet. Come on, we've all been there, right? You think your pregnancy was hard? 32 hours, man. Oh, really? 4 days. Oh, yeah. You think you're hard? Yeah, You go up to your friends. I mean, I just love it. This movie, I just absolutely loved Darren Brown. It's on Netflix, so just go check it out. And really open it up with an open mind, knowing that whatever you're seeing isn't really what you're seeing, kind of like life being the illusion that it is. And what I loved about it, and I'm getting the vibration as I'm speaking, what I loved about it is that we are trying so hard to prove that it's wrong, that we're missing out on all the right. We're proving no, where's the strings? Where's the strings? Oh no, how he did that. That was with mirrors. Oh, see, I'm going to prove to you that life isn't, what? A miracle. And he points it out. He does a little evangelistic work with people, which, don't worry, I'm not going to do it with you. Maybe. And I was saying, I was saying to myself, self, where do you doubt? And he's like, what he does is he takes a room, I won't tell you all of it, but takes a room like where we're at right now. And he starts letting spirit come through him. And he's an atheist. And he's letting you know that the power of the mind, the collected atmosphere that's in this room, and he starts to do some really great stuff. And what he does is he adds light to it. And sound. And you're like, whoa. That's how you know the hands on, then they're falling on. The reason we do that is because we get so excited, right? We get excited and then our body starts to shift and then we do something really incredible. We believe it. We believe it. So he's doing all this stuff and I'm thinking, wow, this is really incredible. Because what he's saying, and I love this one moment where he takes somebody with vision problem, and he goes, I've got the devil of blindness. And I said, let's turn this new thought. Because you know why? It's not that there's a devil going, I gotcha, and picking up its tail and saying, gotcha. What it is it's that part of us that's saying, arguing for the limitations and allowing our blindness to come forth. And all you have to do is absolutely allow the sight to come in. And you get that not because of somebody touched your head. But the reason, why do you think that because you're coming up to somebody and say, he's going to touch me? No, you're coming up there and because they go, he says, I've just taken the devil of blindness out of you. And they went, I believe. And she was able to read. This is just an audience. This is party time. This is a show, an illusionist show. And he was able to take all these people. Why? Back to where we're at. It is done unto you as you believe. And then there were some skeptics, believe it or not. Not in this room. But I'm just saying there's some skeptics in there, and he said, yeah, I'll work with you on that. And he took him and he said, and the guy goes, yeah, so he said, so you don't believe what I just did, right? Nope. Okay, come on up. The devil obviously has you. And so he goes up into his mind and he puts his hand and goes, I'm going to temporarily put the devil of blindness into your mind. And, he did. Yeah? So then he puts up the thing to read. What'd you do to me, man? What did you do to me? Nothing. Just put the devil temporarily of blindness in your mind. I can't read this. Well, you mixed up the letters. Okay, well, here's the letters. You get my point. How exciting. And then he put it back in. And he was able to read again. What, trick? I don't know. And neither do you. Why is it that I am so quick to find out why something can't work as to what it can? And then this is my favorite line, because I was raised with it. I'll believe that when I see it. You're going to do that? I'll believe it when I see it. No, you won't. No, you won't. Lazarus can pop out and there can be a healing and people can be like seeing where they've never seen before, and then you're like, that was interesting. I wonder how that happened. And then he even said, don't throw away your glasses. Because are you going to walk away and then try to make it all complicated? A healing. We get healings. Anita Mojani, I think, is we have her, right? How can you get any more than 42 tumors in your body and they're relieved and you're walking away and you're on the bestseller book tour list? I mean, and yet we go, I have something on my throat. I don't know, this is a biggie. And yet our brothers and sisters have went ahead. It makes me sometimes, you know me, I'll be joking, but I will weep before it's all over. It's my new thing. It makes me want to weep because I don't know what it's going to take for me to really be and really allow myself to get out of the way long enough to allow it to work. And we're not just talking, I could care less about all those fancy cars and homes and full bank accounts and I could care, because that's what we do. We say, oh, look at that minister. He laid it on, and then it was so great. You guys will love it. I'm going to tell the whole thing, and then you'll never have to watch it. No, as he has a background thing, and as he's going, and I do believe, and and he was good too. Let me tell you, there's like money flying in the background, like that, because he was trying to make and then credit cards at the end. Because he's trying to make a point. Because everybody gets into all that, oh yeah, they're going to heal me. What do they want? You want me to tithe? What do you want? Oh yeah, pass the basket. Yeah, heal. Stop it. That's not what I want. Rita wants this whole room. I want us all, no matter what is going on in our body, in our life, there is a power for good that can allow us to have it instantaneous. And that's what Darren Brown was trying to say. He was trying to say, I didn't do anything. You just got out of your way for 5 seconds. And that's what we do with spiritual mind treatment. Someone said, we were talking about it, right? Well, why did he have to do all the evangelism? Because that's how you operate. Because it's not good enough for me to stand here, and I said that, and I'll probably close on this, for me to say, this is what I know. That in this moment, I have a power that is running through me that has created everything. This is who I am. And because I am that, you're that. We're all that. And there's not one thing in my body or in this world that cannot be healed. Join me. Join me in this understanding. Join me in the healing. Whatever it is, I could care less. Get rid of the details, man. We can almost become doctors when we've had things that go on with us, right? No. There's a healing power. There's a power for good in the universe, and we all get to use it. Not just some, or the Anita Majani over there, that's because she's Indian. You know how they know all of the stuff. Look at Deepak. Wow, Patrick can't do that. I said to somebody, and I'm going to say it all to you because I don't lie to you. I don't. I said, if I was standing here in front of you and I started going, my name is Saina. I have information for you. It is coming from the deep earth. Patrick's gone. Patrick's gone now, but I have information for you. That each and every one of you, Patrick's trying to get back in. He doesn't like it when other people talk. Hello, you wouldn't even have a seat. You couldn't even come in here late. because they would be around the block going, do you know what the hell happened to Patrick? Patrick now has power. When for 5 years I've been telling you I already have the power, and so do you. Oh, but now, somehow. Ooh, it's scary. It's scary because it's true, but not in this room. But that's my point. That's my message today. We have that power. And then Rita said to me when I was saying it at the movie, she goes, you should do that. I mean, you know, my little marketing gal over here. If anybody can do it, man, I mean, you're about as open as they can be. Whatever's out there is going to, whoa. And so what we have, and that's the other thing, isn't laughter. I remember our beautiful lady here in the front row. She was talking about how healing laughter is. Oh, it's so healing. And thank you, it's around noonish now, so everybody's probably hungry. And so what I would like to just say is that we got it all, man. Oh, I wish that I could channel something, do something that would allow you to remember who you are, but all I can do is to be a mirror for you. That's what Rita's doing, and that's what we can do for one another. When somebody has something, and this kind of flipped up too, that sometimes it feels guilty to feel good. Oh, I'll leave you with that. You know how, it feels guilt. You are guilty sometimes of feeling good, and you know you are. Somebody comes up to you. Man, life sucks right now. And then you go, how you doing, Patrick? I'm okay. Now, you could have just won the lotto, man. You could have just healed yourself, but you ain't going to say a word about it because you're going to go, I better not say anything. Say, how you doing, Patrick? Man, if life got any better, I'd be flying. And then everyone's, that must be nice because I'm in the middle of suffering right now. And so we do that before we can be the inspiration. So I invite us all to take a day, just one day, to say, no matter what is happening in my life, I have the right, my birthright, to make it easy, to make it simple, to make it loving, to make it daring, to make it just filled with this gift of life. There's nothing more to do but to party. That's it. Namaste. Now I'd like to sing a little song. No, Barbara!
This is by the group Mamuse. Sacred river, polishing stone. She's polishing our hearts. We're claiming our throne to live side by side in our awakened homes. Love is always watching. Love is always watching. And I'm gonna sing, sing, singing prayers of freedom. And I'm gonna sing, sing, singing prayers of freedom. And I'm gonna sing, sing, singing prayers of freedom. Singing prayers of freedom for modern man. Medicine giver, give us the spirit of this land. Is polishing our hearts in ways we could not understand. To live side by side and open both our hands. Love is always watching. Love is always watching. And I'm gonna sing, sing, singing prayers of freedom. And I'm gonna sing, sing, singing prayers of freedom. And I'm gonna sing, sing, singing prayers of freedom. Singing prayers of freedom for this land. Singing prayers of freedom for this land. Brothers and sisters, brave people of the night, we followed our hearts into the truth we have arrived. Stand side by side in this glorious light. Love is always watching. Love is always watching. And I'm gonna sing, sing, sing in prayers of freedom. And I'm gonna sing, sing, sing in prayers of freedom. And I'm gonna sing, sing, sing in prayers of freedom. Sing in prayers of freedom for all the world. Yes, we're singing prayers of freedom for all the world. Yes, we're singing prayers of freedom for all the world.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you,
Thank
Louise.
you.
Yay. So this is our time of giving, and in advance, I just want to say thank you from Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. Thank you for assisting us in getting this teaching and this message out into the world and actually changing lives, really changing lives. That's what you're doing with your donations. And just so you know that everything you give here, 10% of it goes back out financially too into the world, to different organizations, sometimes an individual person that's spiritually nourished our center or is spiritually nourishing the world in some way. So, yeah. So
have
there's
a-
that affirmation in the program, if I can find it. There it is. I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, my life and the world. And so it is.
I give thanks for life from my roots up to my crown. I give thanks for love that's within and all around. I give thanks for the rain, sacred waters of rebirth. I give thanks for the sun always shining on the earth. I give thanks for I am a conscious co-creator. I give thanks for I am my own liberator. I give thanks for you, you who shine so true. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you. Mahalo ke akua, mahalo nui loa, mahalo kahonua, me ke kai makana kani makakahua. I give thanks for I am a conscious co-creator. I give thanks for I am my own liberator. I give thanks for you, you who shine so true. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you. Aloha.
Ooh, I give thanks. I give thanks each and every moment for this flow of love and energy that is in these baskets and the flow that comes from afar, because it's all the flow and it goes back out into the world, into the flow of life. Thank you. Mahalo, mahalo. And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I think we have some children today.
We do indeed.
Of all different ages.
I believe
And I
Keala is
think-
starting the, there he is.
All right, come on up,
Come
guys.
on, come on.
And
Don't
we
be
were
shy.
fortunate and blessed to have Sue Buckley here today to take care of our children.
Yes.
Wow, look at this entourage. Whoa,
Wow.
I'm impressed.
Photo op,
worry, I
photo
won't call
op.
you out.
All cameras. All. Where's my camera?
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So first we had one kid, then we had two kids, then we had three kids, then we had 500 kids. ranging in,
That's how
ranging
it
in
goes.
ages from 4 to 59. So, yeah. Today's lesson we talked about we are unique creative beings. Each of us is different. We have many things in common. The first thing we did a poster called I Can. And everyone listed things I can. I can swim, I can surf. One of our friends here can ride a unicorn, apparently. Everyone has different talents. Who knew, right? We all have hidden talents. The artwork we created, we talked about that we're valuable, that we're creative people, and we all made self-portraits. So if everyone could hold up their self-portrait, that would be awesome.
Wow. Woohoo!
This is Amelia's. And just because I like to lead by example, this is mine.
I said it looks like a tiki.
I said it looks like a person laughing that's under a tiki.
There you go.
Anyway, we sang songs, we did artwork, we had a great time today, and I'm so proud of these kids because every one of them said, I don't want to go up there. And I said, well, neither do I, but we're going up.
Yes.
Well, no, of course you didn't.
Well, yes.
Say what you need to say.
Whoops. And I'm hovering in case you go too long, because that's what I do.
Well, I don't know what represents me, so I just drew U.S. hands or blueberry.
Oh, nice. And so, Kauai's been here since day one of this youth. And I have a feeling that we have the Castros here today, somewhere up, all the way from, oh my gosh. Last time I saw you, you were like running around in the parking lot in Westlake in California. Did you know that? And now they're here today. Let's give it up for them. Wow. Wow, and we have Malia and Amelia and, oh, that pretty little girl might be, sorry, hello, our granddaughter. Uh-oh. You're being filmed, by the way. All right, so let's give it up. There we go. Oh, well, we have something to say to you before you leave.
Oh, yeah.
You ready? You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. Woo! Woo! Nice.
All right. So I'd like the practitioners to come forward before it's time for lunch. And where are the ones in service
Ooh,
today?
I can't wait to get to that cobbler, Reverend Diane.
Reverend Diane, who walks her talk and made us a gluten-free cobbler. Thank you for our birthday. Appreciate that. Yeah, we are. Well, yeah. Oh my God. Okay, are these the practitioners in service today? Okay, so Rob back there. Okay, listen up. We're not done yet. Okay. These wonderful people up here, if something's come up for you or something that you want to know the truth about, use them today. They will do spiritual mind treatment with you. They'll explain what that is, and then you'll possibly even want to set up a session with them. So take advantage of that. And before we lose our audience completely, I think we better close out. All right.
All right, everyone stand for our closing song. I should have never said cobbler.
Here we are, sharing our hearts and our minds, lifting consciousness all the time. Here we are, sharing our hearts and our minds, lifting consciousness all the time. Here we are, sharing our hearts and our minds, lifting consciousness all the time.
So right now, right here, what I know is that we are done. We are cooked. And it's been wonderful, and I'm grateful for this time we have had together, knowing that everything has changed in this moment, that we've raised our consciousness already. I know it. And that consciousness is just going out into the world. And I am so grateful. Gratitude is the most powerful emotion of all. So I'm grateful for Michelle today and her amazing announcements. I'm grateful for the Malama team, GJ, Shia, and Michelle. I'm grateful for our beautiful practitioner today, Roseanne Jones, for the live streaming done by Rob, the sound by Jonathan, the flowers by Arlena and Peter. I'm grateful for Ron Stover and his hospitality team, for the bookstore. I think Malia's back there today, and for Barbara and Louise. Give them a hand for their beautiful music today. And for Sue Buckley for taking our youth today and really expanding them. That was beautiful. And to the collection stewards, Michelle and Donna. And I think I have everybody. And thank you for everyone online who's joined us today and for all of you who have come and been part of this. So what I know is that, like I said, I am grateful and we take this energy out into the world and we actually use it. And that's powerful. And it's love, love, love. And so it is.
Here we are, sharing our hearts and our minds, lifting consciousness all the time. Here we are, sharing our hearts and our minds, lifting consciousness all the time, lifting consciousness all the time, lifting consciousness all the time, lifting consciousness all the time.